Hello, board gamers of the world. Here we are today, Essen, day 3. We are at Fryxgames, right? With Janok, Fryxgames.
Good enough.
Yeah. Who is going to present us all the games here? This is of course, the publisher of Terraforming Mars. Everyone knows there. Okay. I want you to show me all the games, to present me all these games.
So, basically we're a family publisher. We're a big family living in Sweden who has always developed games together. And we published some more games in this Terraforming Mars. Space Station is another game by my brother Jacob, and it's about building your own space station. The cards are modules of a space station that you build together on the table with different colors and different effects. You compete with other players to build the best space station and get the most victory points. After the Virus is actually our newest game. It's also made by Jacob Fryxgames, who designs a lot of our games, my brother. And it's a cooperative game about surviving the zombie apocalypse. It's a deck builder where you both try to get some more equipment and weapons and vehicles and stuff that you need, but you also shuffle in more and more zombie cards the longer you play. So you have to finish the missions before you get overrun by the zombies. A fun cooperative experience, and you can play it solo as well. Rolling Barrels is a dual card game with a medieval setting, where you use the cards to build up a small village, and then you battle the guy on the other side of the table. You can play that 1 against 1, or you can play that in teams against another team. A lot of strategy for a small card game. Fleets, the Play at Conflict, actually is a war game, a future war game. It actually includes the corporation that you play in Terraforming Mars. And here we are a few hundred years later, fighting for dominance of some of the planets in the star system in another solar system. So basically, in this game, in fleets, you customize your own war fleets. That are over 20 unique flagships with different stats and different space for upgrades and small ships. And then you buy upgrades and different small ships to customize your own fleets. And then you use your war fleets to fight for dominance in the star system. A conflict game, if you like conflict games, this is a fun one.
There's also the cards that show you which.
And then we have a game called the Terraforming Mars. It's also the main
Is it a new game?
Yeah. Nobody heard about this before. So it's also designed by Jacob. It's not a good game. I'm going to.
I know. You have a story to tell me about it, about the conception and the coming out of Terraforming Mars. Tell me.
Okay, I'll tell you a short pitch. People are rushing in here.
Okay.
Well, basically, when we think back of it, now that Terraforming Mars has been a big success, it's actually hard to imagine that it was actually really difficult for us to get publishers for this game. This was such a big production with a lot of startup costs, so we needed to do this in cooperation with other publishers. And it took us first like 4 years of development, and then 2 more years just to find publishers. And during this period, it looked really dark. Most people didn't want to work with us because we were small publishers, and some people were skeptical about the game concept because we're doing some new things in there. Actually, at one point, just 1 year before it got released, a Czech publisher, we sat down in a meeting here in Essen, and they told us that, this game is going to flop. This game is going to be a failure. We don't want to be a part of it. And this specifically said a few things about the game mechanics. You have all these unique cards in one random stack that feels way too random. And you have some requirements on some cards that means that they are not playable in the beginning of the game. You cannot just shuffle that into a big deck. No one else is doing that, basically. You should do like 7 Wonders. You should divide the cards into different eras. That's how everybody else is doing it. All right. And they even told us that maybe you guys should give Terraforming Mars to another game designer who has more experience, who can actually make this into a good game. So it was just like totally beating us down, and this was less than a year before the release. But anyway, in the end, we got Stronghold Games publishing the games, we got Rebel Games in Poland, and we got Schwerkraft in Germany. So they were part of the first sprint run. And when the first copies came off the factory and was presented in Gen Con in USA, it just had boom, everything was just sold out, and the game went into the hands of some of the most influential video reviewers and bloggers, and all of them gave a big thumb up, and from there it just exploded. But when you're thinking back, just...
It was a hard way.
Yeah, it was the hard way there. Just looking back, it was not obvious, we didn't see it coming. So
it's an inspirational story for you, all of you newcomers to the board game designing world. I hope all of you are following this and get inspired and don't give up on your dreams. I think this is the lesson number one.
I gotta take this is my wife calling for Sweden.
Go on. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot.
for everything. So this is the beginning of Essen Day 3. I'll be following everything. More and more videos coming soon. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, The Curious Box, everywhere, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. And I'll see you in many tables next to you.